Salutations, friends. It's Monday, and we're playing some more Pyre. So, we took a little break last week because I was like, #dying sick as a dog. But we are back. We're gonna play some more Pyre. And I wonder how much more there's left in this game. But, okay. So, we beat the... what was it? The delinquents, I think? The deviants? They were like the dog, the cur guys that were getting after Rookie's butt. But we beat them, so onwards. I don't remember who we were fighting next, but we shall see. Like, this game totally took a weird change when, like, we could start flying around and stuff. It's pretty heckin' cool, though. Oh, nope, still going up more. Oh. I'm unsure, so we're getting really close to the final rite, the last rite, or whatever. Or are we at the last rite? The inverted fall of Solomon roars into the sky. Oh, it's an inverted waterfall? Okay, cool. Somewhere beyond it lies the Commonwealth, beyond your vision and beyond your grasp. Alas, we cannot simply fly on back up to our homeland. This wagon has limitations, I am afraid. But we shall return, yes. Let us continue now, along our path. Okay, where are we gonna try? We're gonna try Emperor's Ascent. Well, let's go with Panther, because last time we went with Faye like 3 times in a row, so. Making your landing at the sacred Mount Alero, upon whose summit the next liberation rite shall soon take place. You wonder who among you may regain his or her freedom this time. Wolfred finds you after the post-flight inspection. We shall have to take the rest of the trip to follow Solomon by land. May we soon liberate another of our own there. That should raise the chances of our plan shall ultimately succeed. Later that day, you accompany Pamatha to the quiet solitude of Emperor's Fall, where a monument of Golgagalian Jesus awaits you. Perhaps due to the nature of this place, you begin to sense Pamatha's inner thoughts, as clear as if she was speaking aloud. Talking to the dead again, Pamatha? Fine, why not? Ought to keep your mind off things. Just don't go getting your hopes up. Your life back there, it wouldn't be any better anyways. Soon you and she are finished paying your respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling the thought of Golgagalian. The names of these gods is kind of ridiculous, but I love it. Has shown your favor. At dawn you shall begin your ascent. For now, the solitude here is fit for pursuing your vocations. Pamatha, what's up? Pamatha is staring out the window as you approach. I miss flying, Rita darling. Take it from me. It feels as good as you expect. It's not enough for those Commonwealth brutes to cast us down here. If they can get their fingers on us, they make sure we'll never fly again, as once we did. All while calling it an act of mercy. Let me ask you something, You've learned a thing or two. What have your studies taught of you, my kind? Violence. They know that they've suffered. Common ancestor. I feel like they have a common ancestor. You understand that long ago there was only one tribe. They flew together and conquered the world. But some of their descendants were born different. These wingless ones had little choice but tend to the land with their hands of flesh. Over time, the wingless were disavowed, abandoned. It was said that they were born under dark stars. In time, they formed the Empire, and they fought back. Not all winged and wingless ones are at odds. A famous harp such as Saint Teresa Titilius proved kinship could be possible. Nonetheless, old hatreds are not easily stirred. That is fairly accurate to our account of things. So, in a matter, you yourself are sister to me. My kind certainly aren't known for their good sense of humor. I can tell you that. My little tongue got me into no small amount of difficulty till I learned to keep it well under control. The mountains I come from, the views, they're certainly something, but there is a bleakness to it, too. Being surrounded only by those consumed by the desire of revenge. We're a very proud people like that. Everybody vying to be the strongest, to kill the most of you. That way we might get a shot with the prince. Continue the line if he ever exists. You understand that males of harps are long gone, perhaps one remains. So they're like Gerudos in like Legend of Zelda. Imagine that being the best case scenario, darling. She shakes her head. Anyway, I was just thinking I'd rather enjoy the traveling we've done. The change of scenery does me some good. Perhaps I'll stick to wandering after all of this. In fact, I have a fancy for some wandering right now. If you excuse me. She heads out of the wagon into the quiet solitude of the mountain. We're getting a lot of stuff in here now. Alright, let us continue, shall we? Press on. The high road, or... we went to here before, so let's go to the high road. How about? See what Hedwig has to say. On the way to the summit, you pass the monument of Luz the Corn, and Hedwyn happens to take notice. We have to prevail, whether on my behalf or not. I do not care right now. We have to prevail, for everyone's sake. Please, help us do this. Please help. He says a little after paying his respects. However, as you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Luz Corn has shown you favor. Hey, Hedwyn's got some more presents. Again, we are at the summit. You and your companions gather once more at the Scribe's Gate, where a single narrow trail leads up towards the summit, past the archway carved in stone. Come this way, please. The minstrel leads you towards the archway, where his counterpart waits. The exiles and the Nightwings have returned. They have. Greetings, Solis. She all but ignores him and motions to the rest of you. Now then, each of you in turn, state your name and what it is you seek. Willis, crossing the Scribe's Gate. Please, just do as she says. Everyone steps forth, one after another, much like before. Pamela passes through the gate. Rookie passes. Grillman passes. Hedwyn passes. Tizo passes. Bay also passes. And Wolfred as well. No one left but you. You step forth and declare yourself as you did before. The guardian of the Scribe Gates regards you with a still expression. Then she addresses all of you in her formal manner. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. The lone minstrel glances up at the gate guardian.
Salutium, Celeste.
We have your gratitude, Celeste. But she pays him no heed. I wonder what's with those two. Well, I guess they are counterparts, you know? Again, you gain the top of Mount Elaid, from which the downside sprawls before you. You wonder whether one among you shall follow Joerdel from this place. You a little cold there, friend? We could get a little something to help us, but in just a dash, how about?
Felicitada os exclamatais.
Alright, shall we commence? I think so. The time has come for your second liberation rite to commence. You observe the learned minstrel and Wolfred speaking in hushed tones, but cannot sense the topic or tone. Then Wolfred looks up at you. I trust that you are feeling as prepared as possible, my girl. Each rite is consequential to our journey in its own respect, though these liberation rites are far more immediate effects. It's somewhat crass, however. I've gone and estimated by how much of our companions may contribute to our plan, should they be liberated here. Factors such as their previous occupation, innate tendency to lead, and orgary skills to contribute to my assessment. It's nothing personal, for we are all still in this together. Besides, we ought to return in time if possible, knowing simple that for each one of us who goes, in doing so, he or she shall raise the total chances of success. Widow, ma'am, this night you shall confront the Essence. They have already appointed Tamitha to be liberated, should they manage to prevail. We have faith in you, my girl, and lo, even the stars agree upon this account.
The Night Wings have returned unto the fall of Solium, at which the scribes first formed their sacred union. At stake this night is freedom and prosperity. But only for one exile who prevails in this liberation rite. Your many adversaries all did strive to earn this opportunity. 'Twas the Essence which earned it. Who shall be absolved is up to all of you.
Fly. The pyres burn, and to each the primitives is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each primitives is present and prepared. Then anointed of the Essence, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have to your adversaries, the Nightwings. Tamitha swoops down from somewhere and unfastens her mask. I am known as Tamitha Dan. I mean to return to my ancestral home and promptly resume my responsibilities as flight tactician of the High Wing Remnants. Our long stalemate against the Commonwealth shall soon be ended, should I and several of my sisters manage to rejoin our clan. Then our vengeance shall be swift and thorough. Your quarrel with the country that cast you into exile is beneath the notice of the scribes, Tamitha. Here you shall be judged under the stars. My quarrel with the Commonwealth is all that gave me and my sister's strength. Enough to reach this point, the scribes ought to take heed of how my people suffer. We are not weaklings anymore like your Tristanies. We shall not fall in line with flightless fools in their naked attempts to subsume our heritage, our culture. Speak not again against of the saints, or you shall be expelled, Tamitha. Tamitha scoffs, then turns her attention to your side. And the Nightwings, as for you, the flurry shall immensely show is nothing in comparison to the hatred growing for your Commonwealth in the mountains on the other side. See, she signals for her sisters to ready themselves. You seek your freedom, but there shall be nothing save for devastation should you manage to return. Oh boy. Now then, have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they shall conduct the liberation rites? Reader, I am bound to tell you once more. The first companion whom you choose shall be free this very night if you prevail. Only the enlightened may thus be anointed. Not all among you may be free, may be ready yet. The other two chosen for the drum shall aid their hand. Nightwings, make your decision.
Who would you set free?
Oh, I don't know. I wanted to set Tizo go. Maybe Faye. If I set Faye, then Tizo, then Ruki, and then in the end I'll have Sir Girl. This is going to be a difficult one. Oh, but she's like one of my heavy hitters. But I really don't want to send Ruki back, he's so fast. Faye. Faye. Haruki, Faye, Haruki. I think I'm gonna have to bring Faye. Alright, Faye, sorry.
Faye!
Oh, you mean me? That I get to go home? But the 8 scribes, what if they still want me to stay?
Who shall lend her support? Tamatha! Ruki. It is done.
Oh boy. Final obstacles to overcome ere as I soar again above your commonwealth. Such destruction I shall reign upon it soon. But first, let's dance this final time.
Commence.
Reader, someone, please. Let her prevail, please let her prevail here this once. Oh no! If this thought makes me a traitor, so be it, but please let Tamatha prevail, for she is here, wrapped up in all of this because of me. The plea trails off, and Tamatha remains steadfast. All of her attention focused on the liberation rite, and as for Tamatha, Prepare yourself, Nightwings, and as for you, Pamitha, I await our outcome this night, for it shall soon ensure that I may never see your smirking countenance again. Oh boy, I'm not having a good time here. Oh my god. Okay.
And there it is, at last. The essence proved their worth. As for the Nightwings, they most certainly did not.
No, I'm sorry. I don't like her, and she's going to try to kill us all. Kind of against the entire point. Sorry, Pamitha.
Who would you set free?
Maybe I'll change my mind and let Rookie go. Maybe. I still have Sir Grumman. Yeah. Good choice though, sister. Though if I get out of here, I don't know what you're gonna do without me.
Who shall lend him support? Edwin!
I have your back, Riki. Let's get you home.
Pamitha. The choice is cast. Commence!
Oh god, this is hard, man. Hark now, my sisters, damn that book says, advance and strike in formation, prevail here against these wretches, no matter the cost. In disregard for the ways of the right, Tamitha has ordered their Trumative to push further ahead, adopting an even more aggressive stance in the remainder of this rite. What? Get out of here, you cheaters!
Her wings have served her true. Oof. Now plunge into the flames. The
Come on,
fire
rookie.
is yours. Now go on, just once more. Ooh. Tamitha, be gone. It is what the scribes
Jesus.
Glory to the scribes.
Oh, okay.
Banished from this place. And there it is, at last. The Nightwings proved their worth. An outcome which left little room for doubt.
Well, we did lose the first time.
Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free, absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Damn you for this, Tamitha. All because of you. So what now? I guess I'm supposed to jump into this waterfall thing back here, but then that's home free, you know? Home free. Something comes over him then. Now listen to me, chumps. Don't any of you go thinking you're gonna miss me, yeah? You're gonna do just fine. Just even without good old Rookie Greentail. There's to keep an eye out for all of you time. Wait. Even without old Rookie Greentail there to keep an eye out on all of you all that time. Even though the rest of you are just a bunch of slowpokes and all that. Me, I'm gonna go busy drinking myself silly in the Commonwealth stock, I'm sure, as soon as I'm gonna forget about each and every one of you. But in case I don't, be sure to stop by and visit me if you get back there too. Just look for Mama Greentail's shop, right in the heart of town. You can't miss it. So yeah, stop by, say hi, you know, and I think I gotta go. So excuse me. He drops into the shimmer pool and disappears within, although you can still hear him going on about something. Whoa, let me tell you, it's weird in here. It's starting. Uh-oh, wait.
Godspeed, Rookie Greentail. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again. The 8 scribes gave their freedom so that we may yet have ours.
Well, Pamitha, truly did you best me again. Know that your acts upon your sister on the other sides are in great peril. Not that you care, of course, yet I'm certain that I shall someday prevail, with or without my aid. To think I was born to share blood with something such as you. Oh boy. You return to the wagon after having prevailed against the essence in the liberation rites. Well done, everyone. May the best of us soon fall. At least someone got out here. You succeed in liberating Rookie, who's returned to the Commonwealth in glory. We did what we could. Each liberation rite, we strive to advance our plan. A brighter future awaits at the end of our path. For now, we must persevere. Speaking of which, reader, I take it you have seen the stars. Or should I say, the lack thereof. You have or did. Once more, the sky has all abyssal darkness following the liberation rite. No stars illuminating themselves to guide your future on your path. Then let us go once more to the moonlit alcove. I have an errand I must run. Besides, once we arrive, we best recover now and make our way southward by first light. Oh, Gilman, what's up? After the liberation rite, you find Sir Gilman in an uncharacteristically quiet and complacent mood. He salutes you with the crisp of his tail. Glory to you, Master Reader, and glory to your noble Rookie Greentail. Long may he prosper in the Commonwealth, and in doing so, may he benefit the plan into which we shall all been thrust upon. Then he falls silent for a time. You sense him growing very emotional. The noble Rookie this night found the kindred spirit, Master Reader. Once of questionable honor and greatest cunning, and such blinding speed to benefit a minstrel's tale, this knight fears our treatment have lost something irreplaceable to him. Of course, this knight is also pleased that Rookie has achieved his freedom. Very much so. And furthermore, this knight shall now continue its training even harder than before. Rookie Greentail, this knight shall train on and until such time he is swifter than the jagged lightning of the deathless tempest. Now, Master Reader, this knight must beg his leave to you, for at this time he is not to rest before his training. Know now that he is very grateful for your wisdom and guidance here in the Rites. Between yourself and Master Ruki, I have instilled within this knight an unshakable resolve. He bows to you and bids you good evening. Gilman's like really good. Did we get anything fun? Anything fun to decorate our place with? Oh boy. You once again find yourself amidst the serene walkways of the moonlit alcove. Here you can await until the time the stars decide to shine for you again. We have returned to this place of respect. Please make yourselves comfortable, such as you can. We are at the mercy of the stars, but expect they shall shine bright again in time. As for me, I shall return by then, for there is something I must do. From atop the sacred mountain, you gaze down to the abyss of the downside. You wonder where the stars shall align themselves once more. There, upon the sacred mountain, you and your companions once more await the night of the stars begin to shine again. The plan of which you are all part of is set into motion. The Commonwealth, a nation that stood almost for 1,000 years, is in turmoil. For your companions' return, if your companions return there through the liberation rites, what sort of place shall they be coming back to? Many moons pass. One evening, amidst a downpour, with no interest whatsoever in relenting, Wilfred requests everybody to convene. You understand he has an announcement to make of some sort. Soon everyone is assembled, and Wilfred regards the group. Everyone, there is an aspect of our plan which I have not talked to you about at length. Look around at your companions. What do you see in them? He lets the question hang out in the air for a moment. I'll tell you what I see in all of you, in all of us. I see us all a living vision of the 8 scribes themselves, each one among them hailing from different tribes, which later formed our Commonwealth. My observation does not come from preposterousness, I think. Rather, I believe the scribes themselves desired, or shall I say desire, such a course. Together they created all this ceremony, in which you're now a part of. The exiles liberated through their rites went on to found the Commonwealth based on their values and their teachings. Thus, an instrument aspect of our plan is to embody the spirit and the culture from which the Commonwealth arose many centuries ago. That way, when we are all united on the other side in solidarity, the people all shall see that we reflect the values they yet cherish in their hearts, not merely our own. Anyway, but we are missing one key representative on behalf of Molten Mythi. And I happen to know a certain bog dweller who I shall fit the most splendid indeed. He motions for someone to approach. Oh god. A certain bog dweller slithers forward. You recognize her straight away. it is a pleasure to introduce you a dear friend of mine, whom I believe you've met. Welcome to the Nightwings, Beatrice. The bog dweller called Big Bertrude utters something guttural by the way of greeting. We are to understand that you require further aid from us. Yes, dear Beatrice. Its time has come. Beatrice here is far and away the most accomplished alchemist whom I've ever met. You shall soon find that she knows much about the rites as I. Bertrude looks at you and your fellow exiles each in turn. We frighten ye, apparently. Everyone is silent as Bertrude searches their expressions. Then tremble, small ones, and hold thy tongues well, lest we remove them. She takes her leave without another word. Please excuse Bertrude Blunt's manner. I guarantee she shall more than make up for it. Everyone disperses. It seems now that the ranks of the Nightwings are complete. Now then, my girl, perhaps you notice that the stars are bright once more up behind this stubborn reins, meaning that it's time to go back to business. Indeed, once more, the stars shine bright within a cold and stormy sky. I guess we're gonna fight the fate, I guess. I feel horrible fighting them, but... Or, oh, actually, I guess we have to see who's here, huh? So, we are to take on Landil and the accusers this time, huh? I've done some digging about him. Then tells you what you know of your next adversary. Landil the Liar, the first adversary you confronted in the Rites, not long after you took your first steps on the path to freedom. A former constable of the Commonwealth, he gained a reputation for his strict but brutal manner. By any means, he always caught the crook. Once he arrested a civilian who hated him on suspicion of theft in the Commonwealth artifacts that had gone missing. Landil discovered the artifacts himself in the civilian's home. The soon suspect was exiled. Still, he denies the charge, even as they cast him downriver. The case was investigated further, though too late. Suspicions turned to Landil, and it turned out he planned the damning evidence himself. So, he was exiled in turn. In the downside, he soon became acquainted with the Rites, having heard all of it from several people in high places. He asserted himself as a de facto leader of the accusers. They bent to his aggressive nature and prevailed many times under his watch. Yet each time his chance at liberty arose, the Night Wings either defeated him or simply did not show. I guess that's why he does not care for us. No matter though, we shall soon give him more reason. See you in the morning, my friend. You bid Hedwyn a good evening. As dawn, you shall take flight. Again, flight. Blah. Oh, hey. Oops, sorry, Bertrude. Didn't mean to touch them. You find Bertrude looking about the black wagon in a disapproving way. She fixes her gaze on you. Her expression does not change. Such clutter added to this wagon since I last looked upon it. Unsightly. Remain thee from our abode of flagging hands, then thou must be the reading one whom Sandalwood preferred. She moves close, studying you. You recall the mere touch of a bog crone of the southern bog skin induced paralysis, or worse. That one such as thee can extract meaning from that tome. 'Twas a feat we wished to witness for ourselves. Thy flesh has seen but smaller fraction of the years of our withstood, and yet we are expected to believe that thou canst understand the books of rites. Then she backs away, for someone else has joined you. Hail, Beatrice, madame. Is everything to your liking this time, or is there something more which you require? We have been unable to locate a supply of rotworm gizzard extract among thy belongings. Other than that, we shall lodge no complaint at present. It is possible that Wilfred has a small supply among his possessions here. If you would take care to accompany me, we may yet procure some. That would be agreeable with us. Then, after you, madame. As they depart, you think you see the lone minstrel nod his head your way. Oh boy. Shall we make our... I think we'll make our way to the next rite, but I don't know if we'll do them. You rise early morning through Beatrice, though Beatrice is already awake. She scowls at you. Bertrude. Good morning, reader. Bertrude. I trust your stay is not too uncomfortable. Nay, Sandalwood. The comforts of this place are not for us. Fly us forth from here to lower ground. Let us get on with all of this. The reader here shall do so once the group is ready. I thank you for your patience. Soaring above the Scorlian shore, you notice Pemmitha gazing down at the frozen cliffs below. That damn place down there. I like it least of all. I think, among everywhere we've been, I'm thankful that there has been no reason to return. Reminds me of my home is all. The high wing remnants. We all grew accustomed to the thinner air amongst the cliffs that breaches the clouds above your commonwealth. But it was not the nicest place. Little wonder that my sisters settled for a rather warmer base of operations in this land. There by the nest of Chisa.
Moreno Dendas.
Anyways, I'm pleased to have spent as little time as possible near here. Let us fly on by and go about our business. I'm trying to think of like what we're even gonna do. I like got rid of Ruki, and Ruki's one of my best guys. Ugh. Sea of Solace. Fulford is poring over a copy of the Book of Rites as you approach. He looks up to you and smiles. The road to freedom, written in this book that hardly anyone believes exists, and fewer still can read and comprehend. Sometimes I marvel at how absurd all of this is, my girl. Tell me something, though. I spent so much time considering the book, but known so few whom I could discuss in much detail. We've had some time to turn through it by now, so what do you think? With all the fuss? It's quite fascinating. You tell Wilfred the book has fascinated you, and that you have never seen anything quite like it. He nods slowly as you describe your experience with it. I share this sentiment, to have in our possession a genius artifact from a forgotten time. How much of it exactly is true, and how much of it is the scribes retelling the events. I find it endlessly fascinating to consider, I must admit. He puts away his copy of the book with care. It's amazing what these volumes have survived all this time, I think. Wherever they are, whatever they are made of has withstand the ravaging effects of time quite well. And besides, and the ideas they may rather provocative as well. To think that the Commonwealth disavows of the existence of this book, despite official recognition of the 8 scribes. Although the reason why are in there, written plain, how fascinating that the secrets have been kept for all this time. Anyway, you shall have to excuse me for my interests in its teaching. Extracurricular interests in its teachings. I used to teach a version of its history. To have access to the real thing has brought me some small pleasure. Let us be certain to preserve these volumes for whomever shall next use them. He turns his attention to old matters and bids you good afternoon. Alright, to the abyss, let's gaze. Having arrived at the immeasurable depths of the ragged rock, you find yourself lost in thought, watching the horizon. Then, your vigil has ended for a time, good master reader. Please join the rest of us inside. Sir Gilman leads you back to the wagon's cabin where the others are waiting. Together you share an entertaining conversation, a decent meal, courtesy of Hadwin, who caught a fresh catch earlier. Hey, everybody's a little bit happier. On our way to the rites. Whoop. What do we got on your mind, Sir Gilman? Sir Gilman is fuming in anger over something, so much so that you are hesitant to approach him. But you approach him anyway. Oh, Jesus. Exile is too light a sentence for this night! He then notices you and seizes up. He begins acting rather nonchalant, as though his outburst did not just transpire. No! Good greetings, you noble master reader. What brings you to this night's afternoon? Tell him to calm down. No, what's wrong, friend? You maintain a gentle tone with him and ask whether there is something he might wish to discuss. Sir Gilman perhaps could benefit from talking about his woes. He stands there for a time, silent and dejected. But then, Master Reader, this knight cannot escape the horrors of his past. It seems that you would hear them. Then, you have this knight's apologies ahead of time for burdening you further with his troubles. Having said that, here, then, are the troubles you requested. You, of course, are familiar with the siege of Spiral Sanctum. For this night, the memory of it is like a wound which will not close. This night stood on the front lines whilst the high-wing remnants descended upon us, so furious with their assaults that our chain of command was ruptured instantly. We of the Sea Dominion, we require orders to perform our duty. Without such orders, why, we surely make a very easy target there at that eve. One by one, then 2 by 2, they picked us off, becoming broader, bolder. Some of them shrieking with laughter all the while. This night, he saw his comrades cast aside this like sea flies. How this knight survived, he does not know for certain, even now. Perhaps it was his attempt to pursue and detain his own knight commander, whom you met when you first met this knight. That cursed Sir Delphuge. If not for his cavern cowardice, the Spiral Sanctum, it might have held at least a while longer. But instead, we were rooted, rendered spineless both from our form and deed. Sir Delphuge was first to turn and flee as our chain of command crumbled. And for this night, he failed to catch his knight commander. He must have looked a coward too. Thus came a time for precedence, and this night, why, he insisted that the only course of action responsible. He insisted a sentence to the downside. And as you plainly see, his wish was then fulfilled. How absurd that he could re-encounter his old knight commander here soon after. Thus did this knight become obliged once more to Sir Deluge. We took to the waters of Sea Solus, where soon we met the Pyre Hearts, a primitive exclusive to our kind. It was plain to see that they lacked with Nero, and Sir Deluge, they thought he could provide it. The leadership they sought, and his was too much of a coward to decline. And for this knight, being of the Sea Dominion, he had little choice but to comply, or so he thought at first. When this night, when he encountered you in the Night Wings, something awakened within him. With so little honor left to lose and so much left to gain, it became inherently clear that this knight stood to be better stood a better chance within your ranks than of Sir Deluge. And there is little left to say. This knight cannot escape his past, and yet he chooses to believe that he was spared that day not merely by coincidence. Perhaps the Under King Oris has yet plans in store, in which this knight may play a part. This knight, he clings ever valiantly to that hope. He slithers away, head bowed low. It seems best to leave him for now. You sense he feels relieved having shared all this. Didn't know. That's rather unfortunate for him. But I guess he has that kind of honor to withhold, I suppose. Well, here we are at the beginning of another cycle of the rites, and we shall see just how much we require to begin again. So, I believe this best be left for next, as we will see on a Wednesday, most likely, what happens next. Thank you all for hanging out, and I'll see you guys next time.